fact, this was in fact this was the question which I have tried to solve in the morning session. Uh, just please go through this once. Where are the other students? Bhavana. You can see in this question, two men A and B are standing on the opposite ends of a plank. The plank is resting on a smooth horizontal surface. The system is initially at rest and masses are as shown in the figure. You can see that. Remember, once it is a smooth floor, there is no external force. Yes or no? Which means since initially the total system is at rest. Initially, since the total system is at rest, I can confidently say that, tell me, I can confidently say that delta XCM is 0. Means mass of A times displacement of A, MB displacement of B, MCM plank displacement of the plank is 0. But here, unfortunately, I cannot give any displacement with respect to ground regarding A and B with the data given. For this purpose, displacement of A can be written as displacement of A with respect to plank plus already we have done a number of problems on this. Same here. Same here. Remember the entire chapter maximum weightage is on this model only. There are 4 difficult models in this particular chapter. 2 I have incorporated now. One is this. The next 2 are a bit difficult one. Right. Now see, for example, you take the first case, for example. You just take the first case. You said they interchanged. Means A with respect to plank moved by +10. B with respect to plank moved by -10. So I have substituted that here. +10, -10. I need to find the displacement of the plank. Displacement of the plank I got is 1. Means 1 meter rightwards. Any doubts? Pakka? Sure. Next. The second part of the data. They meet at the middle. Okay, what happens? In the place of 10, I will put -5 in this case and -5 in this case. Doing which, I got the displacement of plank as ½ meter. Okay? So therefore, these also rightwards. Any doubt? Just tell me before you leave. I'll post this notes into the group. Right. This is standard model. This is the model which you need to. Everyone try to please read the question. First, particularly A and B 2 times. Now, man of mass M runs without skidding from rest from one end of a boat of mass M and length L with an acceleration A relative to the boat. That is a very important data. See, if I am running on the boat, try to please understand, I'm moving forward. What supplies, who is responsible for my forward? Forward means, of course, leftward acceleration. Can you please tell me? Friction, obviously. So on me, friction is forwards. On the boat, friction is backwards, right? But as a whole, these two will cancel if I take man and boot together as one system, right? So there is no external force. So acceleration of center of mass is 0. So therefore, obviously, you can say m mass of m am bar times capital M ab bar boat is 0. So, okay, one relation that you can get it from here is this. Fine. Now follow here carefully. Follow here carefully. MAB is equal to 0. AB can be written as minus, okay, small m by, any doubt in this, by the way? Now use this relation over here, you'll get this. Same thing you can even apply for displacements also. In fact, this is the first definition I have of displacement of a displacement of boat is minus m by capital M plus small m times displacement of the man with respect to boat. Using the same condition, you can say displacement of the man is minus capital M by capital M plus small m times displacement of the man with respect to the boat. Keep this in your mind, right? So I have done A, I have done B, and I have done C, right? Frictional force. The frictional force is MAM. See, why? Because in the entire thing, what you know is acceleration of the man with respect to boat is A. This is the only data given to me. So therefore, acceleration of the man is, there are magnitudes only you are writing actually here. See, the end of minus sign represents it is మనం చూపించేద్దాం. That's all, right? ఇక్కడ మైనస్ ఆఫ్ మైనస్ వచ్చి ప్లస్ వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ మైనస్ ఆఫ్ మైనస్ వచ్చి ప్లస్ వస్తుంది. అరే హ్యావ్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్ దిస్? Acceleration of the man is leftwards actually. Plus ante, yes, in the direction along which he is moving. He is moving leftwards with respect to the boat. You got plus means in the same direction actually man is having acceleration. Now this is friction. Friction is M into AM. AM you already have capital M by small m plus capital M. This is small a. Okay. Finally, this is small m capital M by capital M plus small m times A. Done. This is also done. Work done. What is that? Force into displacement. Force already you have. Displacement of the man. Already we have the displacement of the man. What is that you are asking? Work done by friction on boat. Work done by friction on boat. What is that you want? Work done by friction on boat is friction times displacement of the boat. Yes or no? So I was just substituted. Remember, net work is 0. Why? Because it is a static friction. There is no slipping between the foot and the boat. Foot of the man and the boat. So that is a static friction. You know, block or block problems I have shown you. If it is a static friction, net work done is 0. Right. Velocity of the man and boat when the man reaches the other end of the boat. V square is equal to 2as. And you 0 got initial substitute. Yes. Similarly, V. But only pathetic part in this is these two conversions. If we are good at these two conversions, your question is done. Now see the question totally as a whole and post me a comment. If you have any doubt, ask me now. As a whole, if you have any doubt, ask me now. తేజస్విని ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉందా? నిజం చెప్తున్నావా? వరుణ్ అవును. అరే రే 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 ఒక నిమిషం. విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు boat he has acceleration, but the contact point is not slipping. When you are running on treadmill, it won't, it never happens that your foot and the thread or the sheet upon which it is rolling, there is a slipping. నువ్వు అక్కడే ఉంటావు అందుకే. సింపుల్. స్లిప్పింగ్ ఉంటే నువ్వు వెనక్కి పడతావు, ముందర పడతావు, జరుగుతుంది. రైట్. నేను చెప్తున్నా, you will definitely have this question. నేనేమంటానంటే I'll give you time. Read this question carefully. You can see what is the system. Try to please understand. Initially, if I take the system as insect, the rod, and the counterweight. Tejaswini, is it clear? Now, this is my system, free body diagram. What are the different forces acting on the system? One is the tension force of the string T, the tension force of the string T, and as a whole gravitational force 2mg. భావన 2mg ఎందుకో డౌట్ ఏమైనా ఉందా నీకు? ఎందుకు లేదు? ఎందుకు లేదు? యాడ్ చేస్తే 2mg కరెక్ట్. చూస్తున్నా అయితే. So 2t is equal to mg. So now tell me, obviously t is equal to mg వచ్చేస్తుంది అనుకోండి. System is at rest. So therefore there is no external force acting on the system. That is the first conclusion. Any student having doubt on this? No. See, please try to understand. If you find doubt, then you cannot proceed further. Now I am asking again, till this point, any student having doubt? Now for A, I have answered. The part A, I have answered. Agreed? Repair pen. Right. Follow now? Right. Right. అది డామినేట్ చేస్తుందని అందుకని ఎప్పుడు దాని పేరు గుర్తొస్తుంది. మా ఫ్రెండ్ కూతురు పైపుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్. Yeah, sure. By the way, if the insect starts crawling up on the rod with constant velocity, whether the center of mass of the system accelerate or not. ఒక్క నిమిషం, crawling with constant velocity కదా, ఇది insect. Can you see the insect here? I'm just अरे यार, what is that you are feeling here? I'm not a good artist, I know that. Don't laugh again. Rest. I'm a physics teacher. How can I be a good artist? Next, friction, weight, and you are moving up with constant velocity, which clearly implies F must be same as mg. Yes or no? Agreed? Now, if F is mg, what happens here? Downward is mg again. Are reaction, and E combination of just capital mg. Again, you have the same situation. Tension is equal to mg. ఎప్పుడైతే you got tension is equal to mg, ఇక్కడ కూడా tension is equal to mg. System is at rest. So, as long as the insect is constantly moving up with constant velocity, again, I can say acceleration of center of mass is 0, because the reason is there is no net external force acting on the system. Second point is done. I will teach tomorrow one question. I didn't paste it here actually. I know I got a point. I have taught a long time back one question, ladder and man based question, a similar type of question. Instead of insect, man will be climbing up. Right. So I will do that tomorrow. Right. But this is the fundamental question again. So you are convinced with my approach of handling A as well as B. Students. Right. Next. If the insect move up with acceleration. Okay, hold on. Does the center of mass of the system accelerate? My question is, what should be the condition for this? F must be greater than mg for this. For this to happen, F must be greater than mg. For this to happen, tension must be greater than mg. Till this point, any doubt? These two observations, please post your observations. Do you have doubt on this? F must be greater than mg. T must be greater than mg. F greater than mg means T will be greater than mg. So as a whole, the system is now experiencing a net upward force. So therefore, as a whole, the system will have acceleration. As a whole, the system will have a net upward force, so upward acceleration. The center of mass will now have an acceleration, that too in the upward direction. So A convinced, B convinced, C convinced. Any doubts, boys and girls? Sure. Next. Record this, Nana. Right. Find the displacement of center of mass of the system when the insect reaches to the other end of the rod. Now I require lot of concentration. Lot of concentration means lot of concentration. See, I am assuming that the rod will have an upward y displacement of the rod when the insect reach the other end. Means the time when the insect reaches from here to here. By the way, displacement of the insect with respect to the rod is L. But what is the displacement of the insect? Displacement of the insect with respect to rod is L. What about displacements of the insect? Displacement of the insect is displacement of the insect with respect to rod plus displacement of the rod. This will become L plus Y. That's what I have written here. Bhavana. Clear? Right. Are this and this end are connected. Are agar A end, if it goes up by Y, this end should come down by Y. But what is our system? Don't forget. The entire thing is our system. Delta YCM is M1. Are just I have used the same formula which you know. But only thing is substitution. M. This is for ant. This is for ant. This is for rod. This is for counterweight. CW means counterweight. So wholesale you will get a relation M into plus you got, which means it is upwards. Are common sense here. If it is having upward force, so obviously it will have upward displacement. Right. D. D is only that. Anika said, ఇప్పుడు ఇలాగా బుర్రలోకి అలా వెళ్ళిపోయినట్టు ఉంటుంది. మీరు ఇంటికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత ఇదే మళ్ళీ చేయండి. ఏం జరిగింది అన్నట్టు ఉంటుంది. దానికి రీజన్ ఏంటంటే మీరు వినేటప్పుడు, ఇది రికార్డ్ అయినా ఏం పర్లా, మీరు వినేటప్పుడు యు బిలీవ్ దట్ హీ ఈజ్ లార్డ్ కృష్ణ, వాట్ ఎవర్ హీ సేస్ ఈజ్ కరెక్ట్ వితౌట్ క్వశ్చనింగ్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఇన్ యువర్ మైండ్. అది తప్పు. నేను ఏం చెప్పినా కూడా మీ మైండ్లో ఒక ఫిల్టర్ పెట్టుకోవాలి. ఎందుకు ఇది ఇలానే ఎందుకు జరగాలి అని అనుకుంటూ నేర్చుకుంటే, ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏవి కన్విన్స్ చేయలేదు మిమ్మల్ని యాక్చువల్గా ఇప్పటిదాకా ఫండమెంటల్గా ఎక్కడ ఇప్పటిదాకా నేను చెప్పే పాటల్లో కాసేపు ఇలా ఉంటుంది అనుకోండి అని కూడా నేను అనలా. మీరు చాలా స్మూత్గా తీసేసుకుంటారు. మీరు ఇదే మళ్ళీ అప్లై చేయాల్సి వచ్చినప్పుడు ఆ డిఫికల్టీ ఎందుకు? వెరీ సింపుల్. ఇది -5కి +5 వేస్తారు చాలు. సో ఇలాంటివి మీరు ఇంటికి వెళ్ళాక మళ్ళీ ఇంకొకసారి నా నోట్స్ దగ్గర పెట్టుకుని మీరు చేయాలి, చూడకుండా సొల్యూషన్. అందుకే నేను మీకు రాయనివ్వను ఎప్పుడు. ఇంటికి వెళ్ళి రాసుకోండి, అనుమానం వచ్చింది వీడియో ప్లే చేసుకోండి. రైట్. Find the displacement of the rod when the insect reaches the other end of the rod. Don't get confused, by God's sake, please. What is this question? Displacement of center of mass. What is this question? E. Displacement of the rod. They are different. Okay. For this purpose, I took this entire situation as a system 1. This entire situation as a system 2. You convinced me that when it has a y displacement, this will have a y displacement down. Now let us take only this part. Remember, displacement of system 2 must be same as displacement of system 1. System 1, nenunna, insect unna, evarunna, what is that representing? That is representing the displacement of center of mass of system 1. ఏదో చెప్పాను, మళ్ళీ నా వంక చూస్తే తిడతారేమో అని భయం, పక్కన వాళ్ళ ముఖాలు చూస్తే ఫీల్ అవుతారేమో అని భయం. వాట్ ఈస్ డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ సిస్టమ్ 1? Try to understand that. System 1 displacement means displacement of the center of mass of that system. Right. So now I am taking delta y cm1 as, obviously m1 delta y1 plus m2 delta y2 by m1 plus m2 y plus. You agreed for all these observations already. But this should be minus y. Why? Because as this end moves up, y, this end moves down by y. Written like that. So finally, I have proved that y is, after solving all, you will get this as minus ml by 2m. Right. Minus ml by 2m, which means magnitude of y is this. అమ్మా, నన్ను కంగారు పడకండి, అదే చెప్తున్నాను మీకు. ఇదంతా కలిపి ఎంఏ, m into y plus m into l plus m into y minus m into y is minus m into y. Correct? Right. Now next, what else you have? Y should be some number kada. Y should be some number kada. Actually, you should answer as minus y. What is your answer? Idi minus y. So what is minus y? No, this is positive, which means upwards. Any doubts? Very, very good question. Depth question. అలాగదే ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ దాకా ఓకేనా? నువ్వు దేనికి ఈక్వేట్ చేస్తానన్నా? మైనస్ వైకి ఈక్వేట్ చేస్తానన్న దాన్ని బై కట్ట ఈక్వేట్ చేస్తావు. యు ఆర్ ఈక్వేటింగ్ ఎంటైర్ థింగ్ టు minus y. సో minus y ఈజ్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్, నాట్ y. అనుమానంగా ఒప్పుకుంటున్నావా, కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా ఒప్పుకుంటున్నావా? రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ minus y ఎంతో చెప్తే చాలుగా నీకు. రైట్. అవును, minus y పాజిటివ్ టర్మే వచ్చిందిగా. minus y పాజిటివ్ టర్మే వచ్చిందా రాలేదా? రైట్. ఓకే, రైట్. Figure shows a fixed wedge on which two blocks of masses 2 kg, 3 kg are placed on it. What do you think here? The acceleration here is g sin 30. The acceleration here is g sin 60. What do you want? When the two blocks are released from rest, find the acceleration of center of mass of the two blocks. మీలో ఎవరైనా పొరపాటున M1 A1 M2 A2 వేసే పోతారు, because direction is involved. I'll explain. For example, what is acceleration of B? Acceleration, for a sake, we will take that this as I cap and this as J cap. Very clearly, this acceleration term makes an angle 60 degrees. The acceleration of B is, magnitude is g sin 60. A unit vector in this direction is minus cos 60 I cap. minus cos 60 కాదు plus cos 60 I cap minus sin 60 J cap. First say yes or no for this, honestly. Okay, నువ్వు a unit vector in this కంగారు పడుకో. This is 30 degrees. కరెక్టేగా? What is acceleration of A bar? Acceleration of A bar is G sin 30 and a unit vector in that direction. Minus cos 30 I cap minus sin 30 J cap. ఇంకేది అయిపోయింది. యూనిట్ వెక్టార్ ఇన్ దట్ డైరెక్ట్. అదేంటి రెండు మైనస్ లేక ఈ డైరెక్షన్లో. ఈ క్వాడ్రంట్ బోత్ ఆర్ మైనస్, ఈ క్వాడ్రంట్ ప్లస్ మైనస్. అయిపోయింది క్వశ్చన్. ఇంకేం నేను చెప్పేది. వాట్ యు వాంట్? ది యాక్సలరేషన్ ఆఫ్ center of mass of the two blocks. Acceleration of center of mass of the two blocks is 2 times acceleration of A bar plus 3 times acceleration of B bar by 2 plus 3. Tell me, have I answered the question or not? Okay. But the problem is, while you are answering this question, see options. If they are giving in terms of some I cap, J cap, this is the answer. Otherwise, you will have some total I component some term, total J component some term. Then suppose if you are writing this, finally you got this as some AX I cap plus, I'm just telling you, AY J cap, somehow like this. So the answer for acceleration of center of mass is simply AX square plus AY square. That's all. Any doubts? So by doing which, actually in this question, you will get root 31 by 10g. I try to do this at home. But have you understood the concept involved in doing this? It's a formula type. I have nothing to do in this actually. See, my professionalism definitely involved in solving this question. Definitely involved in solving this question. Okay, to some extent in this question. And this is just a formula based question. Right. Now question number 3, fast. My target is at least I want to finish at least some 4 questions from here. Let there are 3 equal masses situated at the vertices of an equilateral triangle as shown in the figure. Okay. Now particle A starts with a velocity v1 towards a line AB. Similarly, B moves towards C. Likewise, you can find the displacement of center of mass of the 3 particles A, B, and C after time t. What is your answer if it is V1 bar is equal to V2 bar, V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3, not bars, magnitude wise only. We will take up like this. X-axis, Y-axis. At this point of time, what is V1 bar? Anyone? V1 bar will have a magnitude. Remember, this is the 60, so this is the 60. You know this. V1 bar is V1 times minus cos 60 I cap minus sin 60 J cap. Similarly, V2 bar is simply V2 ante V2 I cap. At this point, V3 bar is simply V3 times minus cos 60 I cap plus sin 60 J cap. You got the velocities, right? So what is the velocity of center of mass of the system? Identical. mv1 bar plus mv2 bar plus mv3 bar divided by 3m. So in this process, this term no, what I need to say is we have no idea what would be any last lo adigaadu gaani they didn't mention it initially. So therefore, what are I cap terms? What are I cap terms? You have minus root 3 by 2 V1 plus V2. मोके स्टेप पे मुंजा पड़ा है V1 plus V2 minus V3 by 2. 2 or 3? 2 whole ga by 3 I cap plus 1 by 3 times minus root 3 by 2 V1 plus root 3 by 2 V3. That is the expression for velocity of, find the displacement of center of mass of that. You given me velocity of center of mass. So what is the displacement of center of mass? Displacement of center of mass is given as VCM. Displacement of center of mass is velocity of center of mass times t. Okay, right. What if V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3, then what happens? 1 by 3 V1 plus V2 minus V3 by 2 becomes 0. Okay. Similarly, minus root 3 by 2 V1 plus root 3 by 2 V3 is equal to 0. Vx 0, Vy 0. Therefore, velocity of center of mass is 0. So displacement of center of mass is 0. Any doubts? Are we clear on this? Pakka? So you should get some idea on this. Since there is no external force, good question. What is uh, uh, M1 plus M2 plus M3 times RCM bar is M1R1 bar plus M2R2 bar plus M3R3 bar. Correct? And then differentiate చేస్తే వస్తుంది. Delta RCM bar is M అన్ని మాసలు సేమే ఇక్కడ because all the masses are same here. So ఇక్కడేం వస్తుంది M1 displacement or dr1 bar plus M2 dr2 bar plus M3 dr3 bar by M1 plus M2 plus M3. Since all the masses are same, M1 is equal to M2 is equal to, so displacement of center of mass is nothing but all are same. And displacement of dr1 is nothing but V1 bar dt plus V2 bar dt plus V3 bar dt whole by 3. Whole by what is this? What do you say? అంతేగా రైట్ అరే నువ్వు అడిగి మంచి పని తెలుసా అంత చిన్న డౌట్ కూడా ఉంచుకోకూడదు అడిగే ఓకే ఇప్పుడు నేను మెంటల్గా ప్రిపేర్ అయి ఉన్నాను మీకు ఇది రాదని నేను చెప్తాను ప్రిపేర్డ్గా రైట్ నెక్స్ట్ 6th క్వశ్చన్ మీ A car top mass M is at rest on a frictionless horizontal surface and a pendulum bob of mass M hangs from the roof of the cart. The string breaks, the bob falls on the floor, makes several collisions on the floor, and finally lands up in a small slot made on the floor. The horizontal distance between the string and the slot is L. మరి అంత మునుపు ఎందుకు వల్ల ఫైండ్ ద డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ద కార్ట్ డ్యూరింగ్ ది ప్రాసెస్. ఒరే నేను ఇది ఏం చూడండి రా, నాకు కనిపించేది ఇది కింద పడింది. దిస్ ఈజ్ యాజ్ సేమ్ యాజ్ ఫర్ మీ కౌ, COW కౌ, బాల్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ద స్లాట్ and this is at a distance L. Displacement of the car is nothing but minus small m by capital M plus small m by displacement of the ball with respect to car. అంతేగా, again నేను చెప్పేది minus small m by capital M plus small m times L. క్వశ్చన్ ఎంత చదవాల్సి వచ్చింది, ఆన్సర్ ఎంత ఉంది. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. ఎనీ డౌట్స్? నిజాయితీగా మీకు అలానే కనిపించిందా కనిపించలేదు చెప్పండి. ఇప్పుడు కాదు, వైల్ యు ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ద క్వశ్చన్. రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. Figure shows the system is at rest with x is equal to 0. A man and a woman both are initially at the extreme carrier of the platform. ఇందాక చేసిన క్వశ్చన్ ఇది, మళ్ళీ నేను చేసేది ఏముందంటే I have done the same question. Right. Obtain an expression for the displacement S of the platform when the two meet in terms of displacement x1 of the man relative to the platform. Yeah, so 1 minute is very clear. I'll just explain. I'll just M1 times displacement of man, M2 times displacement of woman, M3 times displacement of the platform is equal to 0. Correct? Since there is no external force. కానీ మనం ఇట్లా చెప్పేసావాలేం కదా, ఎప్పుడు మనకేం కావాలి? Displacement of the man with respect to platform plus displacement of the platform, M2 times displacement of the woman with respect to platform plus displacement of the platform plus M3 times displacement of the platform is 0. ఇప్పుడు చేయండి చెప్తాను. M1 displacement of the man with respect to platform minus x1 plus displacement of the platform. Women సంగతి ఇప్పుడు women L minus x1 plus అది L minus x1 plus displacement of the plank plus M3 times displacement of the plank. ప్లాట్ఫామ్ ప్లాంక్ ఏదో నీ ఇష్టం ఎలా రాసుకుంటారు. ఇంక అయిపోయిందిగా క్వశ్చన్. M1 plus M2 plus M3 times displacement of the platform is equal to M1 x1 plus M2 x1 minus M2 L. అంతేనా? అయిపోయిందా క్వశ్చన్ ఇప్పుడు? So what is the answer for this? Displacement of the plank is M1 x1 మీ ఇష్టం, మీకు నచ్చలా, L minus x1 by M2 times M1 plus M2 plus M3. Any doubts? Are we clear on this repeated model? Right. Next. All are repeated models only. Try to understand. I'll take this as a last question. తర్వాత ఇంకెన్నునే కౌంట్. A cannon and a supply of cannonballs are inside a sealed railroad car. There are goods pending. The cannon fires and to the right, the car recoils to the left. The cannonballs remain in the car after hitting the far wall, which means this one. Right. So that show that no matter how the cannonballs are fired, the railroad car cannot travel more than L, assuming it starts from the rest. Right. So ఒక పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే అరే ఇప్పుడు ఇది ప్లాంక్ అండ్ నేను చెప్దాం అనుకున్న పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే దెర్ ఇస్ నో ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఫోర్స్. అంటే డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ మాస్ ఈస్ 0. Agreed? So displacement of the balls with respect to car, maximum value is L. So displacement of the car ఏం కావాలి? Small m by capital M plus small m times L. అంతేగా? So S car is always less than L because this fraction. That's what. You prove చేసేదే ఉంది దాంట్లో. That's all. Done. Right. Right. Target. Every question you must be perfect.